Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is another pick a card reading. This is going to be for, I made notes to make it easy. This is for no contact or that you've been ghosted. So there are 3 different piles to pick from, and you're going to pick either based on that you like the number 1, 2, or 3, based on the picture that you might have already seen posted on the thumbnail, or based on the way you like how the decks are. So this is one of my new decks I really love. It's called the Dream Keeper's Tarot. Or maybe you really like the rose quartz crystal that it's paired with. This is for pile number 1. Pile number 2 is the Baroque deck, which is also one of my new decks that I absolutely love. Maybe prefer just the number 2, or the clear quartz that is with this deck. And then the last one is the Moon Dust Tarot deck that I think all of you seem to use a lot because I love this deck and enjoy reading from it a lot. Or you might like the green Aventurine crystal I paired with it. Or you might like the number 3. Use your intuition when you pick your deck, and if more than one speaks to you, feel free to watch more than one pile. This is a timeless reading, so you can come back at any point in time and watch a different pile anytime you feel like it. So enjoy, and I hope it's helpful. We're going to be looking at, how does your ex feel about you now? What do they want to say to you now? Will they contact you? And then any guidance or advice that is in your highest good. And then, of course, as you know, I always let spirit guide the readings. So each pile may be a little bit different in the end if spirit guides me. But I try to stick to it so they're kind of consistent. I noticed in the first pick a card reading that I did, I really kept them all consistent. Spirit didn't deviate. So some were longer than others, but spirit didn't seem to deviate. So I don't think it'll deviate. We'll see. So enjoy, and timestamps are always below so you can jump around to the piles. And if one pile doesn't speak to you, try another pile. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. How are you? You picked either pile number 1 because it's number 1, the Dream Keeper's Tarot, or the beautiful pink or rose quartz crystal. So this is for a no contact or you've been ghosted. And we're going to look at very specific questions. And if spirit guides us to other things, we will look at other things as well. So the first question we're going to look at is, how does your ex or romantic interest, the person you were interested in, maybe you went out with them a few times and then they just ghosted you, either way, feel about you now that you're no longer speaking? How does your ex or romantic interest feel about you now that you're no longer speaking? How does your ex or romantic partner feel about you now that you're no longer speaking? Okay. Okay, so Spirit's saying get 3 more cards. So I will. Spirit, can I have 3 more cards, please? How does your ex a romantic partner feel now that you are no longer speaking? Oh, we got 3 more cards. Okay. Let's take a look. Huh. So I get a lot of messages. What I try to do is stick to like the main key storylines I'll hear. Otherwise, I could do this reading for like 3 hours just on pile 1, and I don't really want to do that. So, you know what? Spirit, can I have... Do I need an overarching energy towards them? No, I don't. Okay. So, they're in this Page of Pentacles energy right now. This is how they're feeling. Now that you're not speaking. So this is their emotions that you guys are not speaking. So it doesn't matter if you've been in a serious committed relationship and you've broken up, or maybe you've gone out a few times and then they ghosted you and you're not talking. These are how they're feeling now that you two are not speaking. So the Page of Pentacles is usually like a potential offer, a potential opportunity, a potential little gift. But it looks like they're talking to somebody. I just don't think it's you. So I don't think, they don't look like they're disappointed. I mean, they might even be talking just to themselves, like their higher selves, or a guide, or a friend. So they don't feel or look sad. They just like they're having some fun. Because I have to kind of cover up because she's naked, but you can see the pentacles on their head. There's a tree, there's a forest. This thing is wrapped all around them, this bird. And it's like they're kissing the bird's a skeleton, but that's just symbolic, right? So birds can be symbolic of the divine, of guides, but she doesn't look sad or scared or upset. She's like she's having fun. So I don't know if they're working on themselves for something, if they're growing their own money, because you can see a tree behind here. There's a forest. It's all lit up. She's actually in a forest. There's actually like a snake wrapped around her too. There's 2 energies. So it's all green energy, which is the heart chakra. So they're in their emotions, but she's having fun. And I'm saying she because it's a woman on card. It doesn't matter if it's male or female. So it doesn't seem like they're upset that they're not talking to you right now. They're having some kind of experience. We can look and see if they're dating. I don't know if they are. They might be. Or they might be thinking about you. And then they're in the 5 of Pentacles energy, which can be being stuck, a financial setback, being left out in the cold. But that's not what I'm feeling from this card. Because you can see like, there's like hands coming down from like the heavens helping. So this person, if they felt like they were left out, isn't. Somebody's helping them. And it's white light. So somebody high vibrational. It's like if they were like in a dark shadow side, it's clearing away. And there's like white light here. I don't hold anything back because I just don't think that's fair to do. It's not my reading, it's yours. And you know how they say the threads that bind or the knot that ties for like love? It's like somebody's untying it. I see a blue knot here, and there's a hand here and here, and they're untying this knot where this person was like bound to something. So if you felt like you were, I don't know if you did like a cord cutting ceremony, you know, where you can sever that imaginary cord with someone when you break up energetically, but I'm seeing it being cut here. Or that cord that ties you to someone is being cut. So it almost feels like the darkness is being lifted from them and they're being shined with white light, and or maybe they're doing the cord cutting ceremony and they're cutting that cord that energetically ties you to them. But they look like they're in awe. Look how he is. He looks like he's in awe of this. So I don't know if this is the divine, the guides, or if there's a new person that this person's in awe of, or if they're stuck and they're thinking about you and in awe of you. Because then you have the Four of Swords, which means taking a time out, which I would tell me that you guys, between the Five of Pentacles and this, I would say you definitely are not in communication. Look how dark that is. I mean, it almost looks like the Ten of Swords with those way those swords are sticking up. And she just needs 6 more. And I would think, I mean, it looks like Ten of Swords energy, the way that she looks dead there. But there's doves here. 2 doves, which is peace and love. And the moon can represent not our fears, because she's smiling actually. She looks very peaceful. And the moon can also represent our emotions. And there's a lot of blue. And look, some of that purple, like that rose quartz, which is our heart, which is the rose quartz can activate our heart chakra. There's a lot of emotion here with these colors. And the moon can also mean our emotions and our intuition. So it's like they're not talking because they're in their emotions. They're thinking. They're in their head. They're in their thoughts and feelings. I don't know if they're in their thoughts and feelings about you or someone else. I see 2 people's faces up here, look. So they're thinking about 2 people, like them and someone else. I don't know if it's you. I am gonna have to ask and find out if they're with somebody else or what the blockage is. I guess what do they want to say to you now will help. And the next card is the Star card. And that's major arcana for Aquarius. But the Star card, and next to the Four of Swords, tells me it's not about a wish, it's not about a dream, not about a wish fulfillment or hope. It's about healing, because the Star card can mean healing, rest, recovery. So they're healing themselves right now. They're definitely healing themselves. And look, they're healing their heart. They're very high vibrational. Look how white they are. They're working on themselves. So being over here as this card with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like the Page of Pentacles, I mean. It's like they got in touch with their heart chakra. And the Five of Pentacles, they severed their ties. It almost feels like to like negative energy or energies they felt held them back. Whatever those energies were. That could be you, and that might not be you. I don't know. It could be other friends. It could be a work thing. It could be they had to move somewhere else. But they're going through some kind of transition right now because they're following this beacon of light and this Five of Pentacles. So they're leaving you out of this experience. That's why they're not talking to you. And in this Four of Swords, they're healing and recovering, and it feels like they're working with their guides, their ancestors. They just, or people closest to them, they just don't want you in their energy right now. And the doves are love, protection, peace. They just want peace and harmony. They want very calming, soothing energies. They don't want questions about, well, what did you do last night? What are we doing this weekend? The way this woman is just laying here, I mean, it looks like she's dead, but she's not. They just want this kind of serenity is what I'm hearing. This kind of peace right now. Because they're dealing with something internally that they haven't dealt with. So they've cut out, with that Five of Pentacles, things that they don't need. And the Star card is all about recovery and resting and healing. And that's what they're doing. And they're really focused on their heart and what's in their highest good and what do they need. It doesn't mean they don't need you. But right now, they just can't have you as part of, it seems like, this journey right here with what they're going through. They're going through some kind of transformation. I don't know if you get involved later, but right now, this is why they're not talking to you. I don't feel like they're talking to a lot of people. But they are definitely raising their vibration and their energy. Maybe they're trying to raise it to match yours. I don't know if you felt that you were always at like a higher vibrational level than them. If you did, maybe they're trying to raise their vibration to align with yours. I don't know what happened between you two that caused this. I'm seeing the Fool here, but what I'm really noticing is the Moon. The Fool can mean new beginnings, new adventures, trying something different. It's ruled by Uranus, so it means wanting new experiences, wanting fun adventures. It can mean a fresh start in love. It can mean short-term relationships, not long-term commitments. Like, I just want to have a fun fling right now. I don't want anything serious. There's usually always a dog with them because they recognize that they know they have to bring, and they usually always have a bag. Yeah, she's got her bag with her. I think there's a little dog down here too. Because it's recognizing that they know they're always bringing baggage with them. They're bringing their previous experiences with them in life. You can't ignore what you've already experienced in life. But the Moon is what's really sticking out to me. So I want to look for the Moon card. This is like my second time ever using this deck. So that's why I'm a little bit slower too with reading the cards. Sorry about that. But I really want to look for the Moon card because I feel like that's going to tell us a little bit more insight into how they're feeling. And I'm just going slowly so I don't miss it. Unlike my one deck I use all the time, I can flip through pretty quickly. Where is it? Of course, it's going to be at the very end. Oh, I think this is what... no, that's the Magician. There's two cards in here that they use a different word for instead of Wheel of Fortune and for a Magician. There's two different words they use instead than the typical words. They use words from mythology instead. Okay, so I must have missed it. Oh, the moon's already here. Never mind, the moon's already here. It tells you I didn't really even look at the cards here. Okay, so the moon's already here. Yeah, because that moon's really sticking out. Because to me, off this, I'm getting like their fears are still here, but they don't want to live with their fears anymore, is what I keep getting from this card. That's why they're in that like fool kind of energy. They're trying to like jump away from their fears. But I'm getting like what they're looking for right now is not like, oh, I want to be a fool in love. I just want, like, if this is them currently, they just want something short term, something not preoccupy their mind while they're working on whatever they're going through. They're not looking to get into a serious relationship. I'm getting the other energy from the Fool that I just want, like that spring fling, no strings attached kind of energy. And I think they think too highly of you to call you to be a fling. And then it's next to the Nine of Cups. Because they're trying to find their happiness. And I think they are happy. And this is happiness here in the 3D world. It's happiness that you've had to work hard to achieve. It's not like the Ten of Cups happiness where you're just bursting with happiness and it's so fulfilling, and it's like the family and the home and like magic rainbows and butterflies and unicorns dancing everywhere. It's not that kind of happiness. You can even see, look, she's got like a key. Look, it looks like a keyhole right there that she's trying to turn. And this cup is even falling over. It's like I'm trying to unlock the happiness to my heart. But there's a cup missing. So like he's not gonna work because you need one more cup. So it's really happy here in the materialistic world, like with their own financial achievements or what they've accomplished, but it's not happiness in it's like happiness and love with family, friends, colleagues, status, things like that, but not happiness and love, if that makes any sense. They don't have that love, and they can't unlock that love because they don't have that love yet. Because they're only looking for short-term things. And if you're only looking for short-term things, you're looking for different types of energies and different types of people, and those people aren't going to reciprocate the type of love that you're looking for. They're not viewing you as short-term, so that's why they're also not talking to you. While they're in this Four of Swords energy, they are thinking of you as the lovers. It's almost like they're doing a, how do I phrase it? Like a life review. It's like a relationship review of the two of you while they're in this energy of the Four of Swords. They're doing this like life review of the two of you. This is Gemini energy of the two of you. So when I say a life review, it's kind of what happens after we die. We process everything and see what did we learn, how can we grow, what mistakes did we make, and what did we learn from our life, so we can grow as souls in our real, where we really live, right? Our earthly bodies are just bodies we came to earth school in. Our souls are what live forever. So that's kind of what they're doing in this Four of Swords thing. That's why I really feel there's this guide that's guiding them here in the Five of Pentacles. And it's like they're reviewing everything with you. And those of you who are new to the channel will understand that when I'm covered in the chills like I am right now, it's usually my main guide that I work with when I do spiritual readings for people, or tarot readings, or psychic readings, or love readings, or mediumship readings. I'll get covered in the chills for confirmation of what I'm seeing, feeling, or hearing. Sometimes I'll even smell things. That I'm 100% correct on what I'm receiving from my guides or your guides, that the information is 100% accurate. I'm not misinterpreting what the symbols are, because they always use symbols, or I see energy, so it's to make sure I'm not misinterpreting what I'm receiving from them. Because what I'm also getting is, with the Lovers being next to the Nine of Cups, that this person who's not in contact with you and can't open the key to their heart for love is also reviewing you and is thinking, was that the right person? Was that the person I'm supposed to be with? Is that the love of my life? Did I make a big mistake, or how do I fix this mistake? I'm not saying they were the one that you might. I'm not saying you could have broken up with them and regretted it. I'm assuming they might have ended it with you, but I could be wrong. But it feels like, and I'm covered in the chills, like they're processing, are they that missing cup I need to open my heart fully to what it feels like to really have that soulmate, to have that unconditional love I'm looking for in a relationship and in a partner as the Lovers. Because they're like, if so, then I want it feels like then they would want a serious relationship and begin again. But they're not there yet. It's like they haven't healed something. And they're aware of that. Because we have the moon card. Because I'm hearing, I'm willing to face my fear then. I want to take it head on. And you can even see in the picture, she's looking right at like what the mask is that she hasn't dealt with. Like, here's her shadow side, or his shadow side, doesn't matter, male or female. But it's like they're taking on what their shadow is with respect to love, that they're afraid about love and willing to deal with it. So that way they're capable of loving and being in a true, healthy, loving partnership. And that's under the Star card, which is also a healing, and it's also wish fulfillment. But they're trying to heal that wound. That's how they feel right now, that they're not talking to you. They're trying to heal all of this themselves. Because they're like, if this is the person for me, then I want to heal this wound. Some of them may have had families that had really difficult childhoods growing up and they're afraid of love. Some of them may be married and divorced and gone through really brutal divorces. Some of them may have lost spouses and are afraid of losing that again. Some of them may have had like one of their parents may have been very difficult growing up in terms of alcohol or drug abuse, and they had to grow up being like the parent by a very young age. Some of them have never felt or received unconditional love until they met you, pile one. And so it scared them and they ran, and I'm covered in the chills. And so they're not used to what healthy love feels like. They only know what unhealthy love feels like. And they're trying to heal this wound. They're facing their fear so they can come back and love you. It doesn't mean you'll still be there, and I'm not saying you should wait. I'm just saying that's why they're not talking to you. They're trying to understand what's going on and why they feel the way they feel about you. Because the way they feel about you feels different than they have felt about others. And I'm covered in the chills. Because they really feel you're the one that has the key. You're the one who has the key to their heart. And that scares them a lot. It really scares them. It really scares them a lot. So we want to look at, what do they want to say to you now? Okay, so let's just put those cards right over this. So what do they want? What does this ex want to say now? What do they 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 want to say now? I'm hearing shuffle of cards. So 1 minute, please. I gotta pause it or the camera's gonna run. Okay, so let's find out. What does your ex want to say to you now? What would your ex, right? Yeah, what would they say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? You're in their head. What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? You're literally in their head. What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? Okay, I know they want to say more than 2 cards. What do they want to say to you now? What do they want to say to you now? They have a lot of emotions towards you. What do they want to say to you now? Unless that's it. Okay. I'm going to just shuffle them like this. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else they want to say right now? Okay, there we go. Okay, that's pretty clear. 4 of Cups, they know they refused your love. I'm hearing I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't do it. Not right now. They know. That's exactly what I'm hearing. So this is what they want to say to you now. Pile number 1. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is just screaming the heart chakra to me, because it's all green and that's the heart chakra, literally. But you can see somebody's dancing in their head. So you're literally in their head. You're in their thoughts. You're in their thoughts and their heart. You really are. That's what they want to tell you. But they know they broke your heart, or they hurt you. Some of you, they literally broke your heart. And they know in doing so, they feel like they know they destroyed you. Like, some of you, I'm getting different things for some of you. Some of them, they know they literally like destroyed you. Like, there's almost like no coming back. You're so broken from it. That's why there's no head on this person. It's like they like mentally destroyed you. They hurt you so much and you cried so hard. It's like you feel like you don't even exist anymore. And they know they hurt you that badly. Others of you, they know you're still holding on with so much hope. That's why you're cradling this heart in your hands, as if it's their heart. You think if you hold it enough, they're just gonna show up. And they're saying like, no, love, you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't love them wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. It just, they had other things they had to deal with. It has nothing to do with you, pile number 1. You have to understand that. This has nothing to do with you. For some reason, they're reminding me, I don't know if it's a movie or a story from Edgar Allan Poe about the Headless Horseman, but I know it was a movie that was made several years ago, and I think, what's her name is in it? Let me look it up, because they're showing me the movie of someone riding on the Headless Horseman. Oh, it's by Christopher Walken. I was thinking of the movie, sorry, Sleepy Hollow. Is the movie I was thinking of, but that because the Headless Horseman's in it. Yes, Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp, and it came out in 1999. And Christina Ricci. That's exactly what they were showing me was Sleepy Hollow. Because I was thinking of the Headless Horseman. I'm Christina Ricci and I don't know why they're showing me that movie. But for some of you, I don't know if that movie's your favorite movie, if the year 1999 is important, if you like Johnny Depp, if you like Christina Ricci, but some of them, they're showing me this, and they're also showing me the Headless Horseman. And they're saying they know that's how you felt, or you feel dark like that. Dark like maybe the Middle Ages, you feel empty, you feel unlovable, and they know they made you feel that way, and it's not true. It has stuff to do with them, and they're sorry. And you didn't see it coming. Like, you were out having a great time, let's say like on Thursday, and you had plans to go out Friday or Saturday night, and you are like going over Saturday night to go out, and surprise, you're breaking up after like 2 years or something like that. For some of you, I feel like you went out like maybe 5 times, 8 times, 3 times, and then you just never heard from them again. And it has nothing to do with you. It's just this person has a lot of issues I'm getting from childhood, and that they've always been in the wrong relationships, and some of them are healing from really bad divorces. And you just are, I'm hearing, a casualty of war in love. But they're asking you to stop holding on to the heart. That's what they want to say to you. You are in their thoughts and in their heart, but they can't do anything about that right now. And they know so here's the Tower, and this is Mars. This is Scorpio and Aries energy. And you can see that person literally cracking in half. It's like they feel, so I get for some of you, it's almost like you felt like you were having a nervous breakdown because you thought everything was perfect and fine, and you had no idea. For others of you, you did not see this coming at all. You were just shocked. Literally, the Tower is like, you were shocked. It was like you were sitting in a chair and somebody pulled the chair out from under you, and you just started falling, I'm hearing, through the depths of hell in pain, because you just had no idea. I could almost cry because I can feel your pain. And I'm so sorry, pile number 1. You had no idea. Someone, and I feel like this is for some of you that were with this person for a while and really trusted them, could blindside you like that and hurt you so much. And I'm so sorry that you went through that. But you have to understand, you did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. You are a beautiful person. See how this person is cracked? It's this person that needs healing, not you. It's this person that you're inquiring about that needs help, not you. You need to ask the question about, what do I need to look for in a healthy relationship? Not, why is this person not contacting me? Because you are a beautiful person, and I can feel your pain. Sometimes I can feel it so much I can I can feel it by holding this card and this card, I can feel your pain. So I apologize, pile number one, for tearing up. I try not to do that, but sometimes it's overwhelming when I can feel the emotion. And then what they want to tell you is the Two of Pentacles. And this is Jupiter energy. And they tried so hard for so long to juggle it all. They tried to juggle what they were dealing with internally and never communicated to you. You can see the pentacle here and here, but the bird. They kept secrets from you, secrets you still don't know about. They try to juggle it. They try to juggle too many things. They try to juggle childhood traumas for some of them. They try to juggle heartache and healing from divorces for others. They try to juggle financial insecurity and pretending they were stable for others. They tried to juggle that their heart wasn't open to love for others. They tried to juggle that they were really in love with you but just too afraid, and kept it closed off. They did everything possible to keep their heart closed off to you because they did not want to be hurt. So they held off as long as they possibly could in ending this relationship, when the right thing to do was never enter in a relationship. I understand the Fool card now. They never wanted anything long term. They just ended up falling for you and ended up in a more serious relationship with you than they expected. That's what I'm now getting. And I put the cards up over here so I could have more room to look at these. And the one card that's looking at me is the Fool card. And I'm getting that for a lot of you, they were only looking for a short-term thing, and you turned into a much more long-term, serious relationship, pile number one. And that's the last thing they expected. You caught them off guard with that. Because they were trying to just have a good time. But there was something about you that they just couldn't stop. And that's why you have the keys to their heart. And that's why they're trying to heal, because they view you as the only person in this world that they'll ever love. But what they want to tell you right now is they're asking you to move on because they know they hurt you and they juggled too many things with you. And right now, they can't do it. They can't juggle anything right now. They can't juggle you. They can't juggle anything else. They can't do it right now. Will they contact you? Well, remember, they held back on their love too with the bottom of the deck. So let's see, will this person contact you? Spirit, will this person contact Three of Cups? I feel like, you know what's really weird too? This card fell out directly under the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups. I feel like some of you were put in third-party situations and you didn't even know it. And I usually don't say third party. I feel like some of you were in third-party situations and you had no idea. Like they'd go on like guys' weekends and actually, who cares, it's a guy's trip. They'll never know. I believe Three of Cups is a yes card. They will contact you. But I don't know if you actually will want to talk to them, because I don't know if I really like this energy. to be honest with you, pile number 1. But I guess my opinion doesn't really matter, does it? So let's find out. Yes, they will contact you at some point. It makes me concerned with it being under the 3 of Swords when they hurt your heart, and it being 3 of Cups. I just feel like some of you, because they also withheld telling you the truth, which I think they said here. I think some of them put you in third-party situations. Let's see. Spirit, when will this person reach out to contact pile number 1? Okay, we got 2 timing cards. So I'm going to use the King of Wands first for timing. I have to get the other cards out of my kind of vision, or it gets harder to try to focus. And then the second card I'll use is the Chariot, which is Cancer Major Arcana. But I have to focus just on one at a time. Definitely feels like spring. Because like the curtains are being pulled back and I see spring, green grass, blue skies, clouds. And I'm hearing spring has sprung, spring has sprung. So in the United States, spring is usually March, April, May. So whenever spring is, wherever you live, is when this person is one time frame. I'm going to see what it is on. So it could be spring. And this is the next card I'm going to use. Cancer, Major Arcana. What is this? Off to the races. Has something to do with races. Are there still chariot races? But it's races, it's a horse race. What are the 3 major horse races? There's 3 famous horse races. It has to do with a horse race. It's the Belmont. And I don't know when the Belmont is. When is the Belmont? When is the Belmont? When is the Belmont horse race in 2024? June 8th. So June 8th, 2024. So April, so we said March, April, May. Okay, Saturday, June 8th is pretty specific, but I guess it goes June 6th through June 9th. So let's just say the first week of June, June 1st through June 10th, okay? Let's just say June 1st through June 10th, because it's obviously not the whole month. We'll say June 1st through June 10th, or March through June 10th. That makes it a lot easier. I'm going to pause, shuffle the cards, and get you some guidance and advice in your highest good to see should you or shouldn't you even entertain like talking to this person if they reach out to you, pile number one. So 1 second. Okay, hello, my beautiful pile one. Okay, let's look at what some guidance Spirit has for you about how to move forward. If and when this person reaches out, and just how to move forward for yourself, because that's the most important thing. This advice and guidance is what's in your highest good, and that's what matters. What's in your highest good, pile one. Because everything should always be done what's in your highest good, and you can never go wrong. Two swords, you're at a crossroads. Spirit, what is in the highest good for my beautiful pile number one? What is in the highest good for their guidance for pile number one? What is in guidance, their highest good for pile number one? What is in the guidance for pile number one for their highest good? What is in the guidance for pile number one for their highest good? I think you should listen, or you're going to bring another tower moment. Just my intuition talking. But remember, everything, wow. Yeah, this isn't interesting. Especially how they came out. Now remember, take everything as it resonates. And this is just the intuition, or this is just the intuition. This is just that guidance or advice that's intended for your highest good at this moment in time. Timing is fluid, energy is fluid, and we all have free will, and things can always change. So, like we saw, this person's definitely going to reach out to you at some point. And it's going to be this 6 of Cups energy, which is renewal energy. I think for many of you, you're going to feel like, oh, my soulmate's back. Finally, they're here. I was waiting for them. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. We can begin again. And I think they're going to give you all of these promises because they understand what they understand what they did. We saw it pretty clearly. They know how they hurt you. It's really evident. I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase this. So I'm going to phrase it because I have to refer to this one card a few times. So remember, when things show up too that are very tempting and alluring and seductive and things we love, they always show up. The devil never shows up ugly and nasty and gross. They always show up just the way we want. So they're going to show up like the 6 of Cups, my soulmate, my life partner. I kept thinking about you. You kept thinking about me. We dreamt about each other. We've had past lives together. We've always belonged together. And they're going to want to come in and swoop you off your feet and whisper all these things in your ear. This is the devil right here. It's major arcana for Capricorn energy. it's, that's the problem, is you have to be able to recognize, has this person's energy really changed, or are they just sweet talking you the way they've always sweet talked you before? Because I feel like you've been down this path before. Maybe you haven't broken up before, but there's probably been disagreements or been hurt before, and maybe you had missed the red flags before. Because we've all had those things happen to us. And what Spirit's saying is, if they show up in the Six of Cups energy, right, which is soulmate, reminiscing, you know, deep connection, hey, I want to get back together kind of thing. It's okay to say, be the oh, this is, and they're saying they want to marry you as the Hierophant. That's a marriage card, especially if we're talking about relationships. It's okay to take a step back. This is Taurus Major Arcana. See how big that moon is? And look at this and listen to your intuition. Oh, this isn't part of the Hierophant, but the Hierophant is also part of your life purpose. Is also a teacher, a mentor. So I think what they're saying is, take a pause. You don't have to run to them instantly if it looks and feels good. It's okay to let things unfold, especially if the immediate response is, you're my soulmate and I want to be with you and I want to marry you. Let's go get married, or let's move in together, or let's get engaged, or let's have a baby, or let's be exclusive right away. That's, do you see how red her dress is? That's called a red flag. And that's also saying you need to ground yourself to the earth. Get your root chakra grounded, because you're not grounded. You're up in the clouds. So it's saying ground yourself too, and listen to your intuition with that moon. Really listen to your intuition about how they're showing up, because they're showing up like this, and like the Six of Cups, because you don't want to end up hurt again by the same person doing the same thing again 6 months later, 12 months later, 3 months later. And I'm saying those numbers because those are numbers I'm hearing. And it's interesting because the Hanged Woman came out reversed, which means you're ignoring it. So the guidance is saying, don't ignore it. Pause. Don't do this. Because it came out upside down, which means you actually don't take a minute and think about it and look at it from a different perspective. Because it's okay to look at things from different perspectives. We say you're in the Hangman, which is Neptune energy. It's just saying you're looking at all sides, and you're looking at it from their point of view, from your point of view, from maybe your friend's point of view, your family's point of view, whoever loves and cares about you and can see it from an outsider's point of view as well. From every perspective possible, you're examining the situation. But when it comes out inverted, to just go from Six of Cups to the Hierophant to an inverted hanged man or hanged woman, it's saying you didn't even analyze or think through this. you're just literally now running right into the devil's arms without any foresight or analysis or thought or talking to the divine or meditation or prayer or whatever you do to check with your intuition or process the information. Because you have to do that first. Especially if somebody hasn't been in contact with you or they just ghosted you. Those are 2 reasons to definitely take a minute and say, it doesn't mean you energetically you don't have to not speak to them. You can choose to not speak to them. Or you can say, I heard you, but you know what? I'm going to need a week to think through that. So can I get back to you in a week? That's okay. That's not being a bad person. It's okay to do that, pile number 1. But coming out inverted means you just kind of accept it as is and go forward without giving it any foresight or thought and run into what appears what you want it to be, and it's not. It's a disguise. It's appearing as the 6 of Cups, but it's really the devil in disguise. It's really the same energy, just pretending to be something else that's going to end up breaking your heart twice, but it's going to hurt even more the second time. So you really want to listen to your intuition with the Hierophant. You're really going to want to activate your root chakra. And you're really, the guidance and advice is saying, don't just go with whatever you hear. Take a minute, take some time, and look at it from every perspective possible before you make an informed decision. Don't take it at face value, because that's not what it is. And if you look at it from all points possible, and then you say it still is what I believe this is the 6 of Cups, then you're making the best decision possible. Then this person may really be who they're saying what they are now in this changed energy. It's just hard to believe when this is standing right here. But it could be them obsessively thinking over you, missing you, and loving you. But you won't know that if you don't give yourself time to really think and analyze and feel it out. But if you ask for space to think about it, and then they just won't leave you alone and keep blowing up your phone and showing up at your place or sending you flowers or trying to talk to you or bugging your friends, oh, those are red flags. Don't ignore those red flags, because those might have been red flags you ignored before and you said, oh, no, that's fine, that's sweet. No, that's not sweet. That's someone who's not respecting a boundary you put in place. So you want to look for somebody who's going to respect you, pile number 1, and boundaries you put in place in love and in life. For some of you, I feel like the person's in a new energy and they're coming to you. They're just so excited. They're so attracted to you. They so desire you. They want to be with you, and they just come rushing in. For others of you, I feel like they are disguised as the devil, willing to say and do anything to get you back, and they're just going to break your heart again. So it's different for each of you, and that's why the divine is saying, or your guidance here is saying in your highest good, is to really stop, pause, and think and look at it from every perspective possible, not just your own and what you want it to be. You have to be objective and look at it not from your own point of view, but from the point of view of like a judge who would be running a trial and prosecuting this person. Look at it from a prosecutor's perspective, and then a defense attorney's perspective, and then a judge's perspective who would be dissenting them, or the perspective of some jurors on the case. Look at it from very different eyes and emotionally remove yourself from it. If you can see the bigger picture for what it is, you will make the healthier choice for yourself. That's what's in your highest good and what the guidance is for you. I hope that's helpful, pile number 1. If pile 2 or 3 spoke to you at all, feel free to look at those and watch those videos as well. And I will have more pick a card readings coming soon for you shortly. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. How are you? You picked pile number 2 either because of the number 2, because of the Moon Dust Tarot, or because of the beautiful green Aventurine quartz crystal. I can't think straight. I'm sorry, it's late at night when I'm filming this. So we're gonna look at no contact or that they ghosted you. And we are going to understand, what we're going to look at first is, how does your ex feel about you now that you're not speaking? So you could have been like in a long-term committed relationship with them, or you could have gone out several times and then they've ghosted you. So, Spirit, will you let us know, how does their ex feel about them now that they're no longer speaking? How does their ex feel about them now that they're no longer speaking? How does their ex feel about them now that they're no longer speaking? How does their ex feel about them now that they're no longer speaking? How does their ex feel about them now that they're no longer speaking? How does their ex... Oh, one did flip. There we go. That one did. How does their ex feel about them now that they're no longer speaking? How does their ex feel about them now that they're no longer speaking? How does their ex feel about them now? Okay, so we have 2 cards out right now. We have the High Priestess and the 2 of Pentacles. I need a few more cards out before I can read anything. See if anything else wants to come out. I guess that's it. Interesting. So the way they feel about you now, so the High Priestess is ruled by the Moon, which basically is our intuition, or, you know, Pisces or Cancer kind of energy, because those are kind of like our intuitive signs, but mainly kind of Pisces. And how they're feeling now is the 2 of Pentacles, which is ruled by Jupiter, which is luck, abundance, expansion. So I feel like they're getting, it also means juggling too many things, instability. But what they're showing me is like somebody riding a unicycle, you know, just one wheel, and they sit on it and ride a unicycle, I think is what it's called. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. A unicycle. Yeah, it's one wheel. They usually ride it like at a circus, but it's like they're like unstable, like they're out of balance, and they're trying to juggle because they're trying to figure out how to move to you. Actually, they're trying to figure out how to come to you. They're trying to use their intuition. The High Priestess is intuition, it's nurturing, it's actually love also. The High Priestess can represent love with Neptune energy. It's like, you know, Venus for love times, you know, like a trillion. But they're not disillusioned by how they feel. They feel strongly about how they feel. They're listening to their intuition, and their intuition is telling them to move towards pile number 2. So they're following how they feel. Especially because we have the 5 of Wands, which usually means you're like fighting with yourself. It's like an internal battle. But it came out in reverse. So they're not fighting it. They're not fighting it. They're listening to their intuition. They're listening to their intuition very clearly. thing is, they have the Two of Pentacles, and that's why I'm seeing the unicycle. It's not a bicycle because it's two. It's only one. A unicycle. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. So it's like, it's usually shown as like somebody juggling two things. They're showing me somebody who's really like physically unstable, because it's like being on one. It's like somebody who's on one foot, standing on one foot, and trying to juggle, but they're not stable on one foot. It's like they don't know. Yeah, they want to have an equal partnership with you with the Six of Pentacles. They want to marry you, Hierophant, or have a serious commitment with you. Yeah, they don't know how to move towards you. That's what they're trying to figure out. The Two of Pentacles is, it's like kind of making a decision, but they're getting stressed out about it with Jupiter. Because luck and fortune's on their side, but with expansion, with meaning it's going to keep growing and growing, I feel like they're getting more nervous about it. And I'm hearing a grandfather clock like dinging, like it's like somebody said like a clock, and it keeps dinging every hour on the hour, reminding them, when are you gonna call pile two? When are you gonna call pile two? It's like their intuition keeps dinging. When are you gonna call pile two? When are you gonna call pile two? So that's how they feel right now, not talking to you. It's like, I want to talk to pile two. When are you gonna, well then when are you gonna talk to pile two? That's what's happening with them. Because when they think about pile two and talking to pile two, they think about the Ten of Pentacles. And when you think about the Ten of Pentacles, it's total stability, total happiness. It's commitment, it's family, it's home. It's the person you want to build a stable, happy home with. It's usually depicted as like dogs, like a grandfather, a couple. It usually has a tree in it, 10 pentacles, a home's in there. So you're the one they want to build this happy, stable home with. You're it. You're who they want it with. They're missing you. And their intuition's like haunting them, meaning like if they turn on TV, a show comes on and it's like the show that you guys always watch together. They listen to music and it's like your song that starts to play. If they're out with their friends at like at a bar or a club, or they're just at a party with their friends, they hear a name and it's your name that they hear somebody calling. They go out, they see people who look like you. Like their intuition is just constantly reminding them, when are you gonna call pile number two? How much longer is it gonna take? Or let's say you had a trip planned to go to Athens. All they're seeing now are advertisements for Athens, or they're hearing the word Athens, or they have friends now who are taking a trip to Athens, or they're in line at a coffee shop and they hear people behind them talking about how they're planning this trip this summer to go to Athens and they're so excited. So like everything they're hearing, seeing, doing is reminding them of you. It's their intuition and their guides telling them, you really need to contact pile number two. Like, what else do we have to do to get you to contact pile number two? So they're just, it's like, I'm hearing the timing has to be perfect. The timing has to be perfect because they're not shying away from it. They're not fighting themselves. They're just waiting for the perfect timing is what I'm hearing. I want to say, how perfect does the timing have to be if it's the person you want to be with? But you know, I'm not them. It's all in divine timing, isn't it? So let's find out, what do they want to say to you now? What does this person want to say? What is the ex for pile number 2 want to say to them now that they've been gone? What do they want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does this no contact person want to say to pile number 2? I'm hearing you make me really happy. I keep hearing you just make me really happy. That's what I'm hearing as I'm shuffling the cards. What does the no contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does the contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does the contact person want to say to pile number 2? What does the contact person want to say to pile number 2? What do they want to say to pile number 2? What do they want to say to pile number 2? I feel like I'm supposed to put these cards back in here and shuffle, because I feel like they want to tell you you make them really happy, and I already have that card out. So I'm going to shuffle these, because they kept hearing, you make me really happy, you make me really happy. And the only way they can say that is the Sun, which I just put the deck at, and the Ten of Pentacles. Sorry for shuffling underneath the mic. I feel like that's really rude. So the first card that came out for what they want to say to you is the Ten of Swords. And I feel like, again, the Hierophant. I feel like it's, for some of you, it's been a long time coming for this communication from this person. So they want to apologize for it taking so long. Yeah, they've held back for Four Cups. They've held back for a long time from you. They've been in this Hanged Man energy for a while. I feel like you've been on hold. You've been waiting for this person for a while. So some of them want to apologize, which I usually don't get off of the Ten of Swords. But I just feel like you've been waiting. It's like somebody who's been cooking soup in a cauldron in the medieval ages, like day and night, for people who were off at war in a battle. That's what it feels like. It's like they want to apologize for taking so long, for hurting you the way they did, but for taking so long to move back, to come back to talk to you. That's what it feels like. What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? They've definitely learned a lesson. What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What does this person want to say to pile number 2? Oh, right on my hand. They're in that hanged man energy. It looks like a chariot to me. What else does this person want to say? It's pile number 2. Oh, I understand. Okay. What does this person want to say? It's pile number 2. What else does this person want to say to pile number 2? I'm hearing, I'm sorry I left you hanging. The Ten of Swords, they really left you hanging. What else does this person want to say? It came out sideways. I'm going to keep it sideways. Pile number 2. What does this person want to say to pile number 2? What else does this person want to say to pile number 2? Is there anything else, Spirit, that they want to say to pile number 2? Are we going to really end with that? That's what I figured. Okay, good. What's the blockage for them moving forward right now to pile number 2? That's the blockage? Is there anything else on the blockage, Spirit? Anything else on the blockage? Is that part of the blockage or part of what they want to say? What they want to say or the blockage? What they want to say. 2, 4. Yeah, because you want 4 cards under for each. Okay. Don't do blockage. Okay, I won't do blockage. You have 6 of Pentacles on the bottom. Spirit wanted 4 and 4. Okay, so they have a lot to say to you, but they didn't have much on how they feel now that you're not speaking. They kind of said that pretty quickly, but they have a lot to say now, which is kind of interesting, especially with one of the cards coming out sideways. So the Ten of Swords, I kept getting, it's been a long time coming, and for some of you, like, they know they've really, really hurt you, and they know this, and this is not an apology card, but I'm getting this is an apology. They know it's been brewing for a long time. They know they've really hurt you, and it's been a long time coming for communication for some of you. Some of you, I heard they just left stranded, like you really were ghosted. They just literally like up and disappeared on some of you, pile number 2. And that's why this is such a long time coming, because you just don't understand, and they never explained why, and they know it hurt. And some of you are actually like in serious relationships, and they just up and disappeared on you. With the Page of Pentacles, they're showing me this is Saturn. Like they have so little to offer you right now that they're having a hard time coming forward and talking to you. But I keep hearing that song, Since You've Been Gone. I think it's Kelly Clarkson. They've learned so much, and they feel so small and so insignificant now. But they've learned a lot based on the mistakes they've made and what they've done. They understand the significance of how they mistreated you, especially with the ending. Because how all of you were treated at the end was wrong, and it doesn't matter. For anyone in pile number 2, you were all mistreated at the end. It wasn't a no breakup is easy, but it wasn't a mature way to end a relationship, is what I'm hearing. And this person understands that, and they've learned that, and they're really embarrassed by their behavior and ashamed by it. That's why the Ten of Swords is here, because they know what they did. They know that's what they did to you. They literally stabbed some of you in the back. They betrayed some of you. They've made some of you that angry too. They've hurt some of you that way. And with the Hangman, they literally, ghosted you, but they also have taken a long time to process things for themselves and learn things for themselves to understand what they've done. And I'm hearing how egregious some of their behaviors were towards you, pile number 2. I'm hearing some of you found out that they cheated on you. There was like multiple people. I'm hearing some people got pregnant. Some people were arrested. They've really learned their lessons, and they want to have the opportunity to be able to explain. They know there is no explanation. They just want to talk to you and let you know how much they understand and have learned by the mistakes that they made, by how they treated you, because they've had time to process it all and understand it. I feel like there's a couple people who are, I want to say, in prison or getting out of prison. That's why they haven't been able to communicate with you. They've been in jail for a little while, and they were too embarrassed to contact you. So it was easier to pretend like they ghosted you than to let you know they were actually in jail or prison. And they realized that was the biggest mistake. You actually would have been more understanding knowing where they were than thinking, I'm hearing that they were then dead in a ditch somewhere. Take it as it resonates. Take it as it resonates. This is just what I'm hearing. And I'm covered in the chills. And those of you on the channel know what that means. I'm hearing it straight from my guide. He's confirming it. And during this time frame, they've also had time to reflect on you and how they feel about you and what they've been thinking and what they want to communicate. And they miss you. So 5 of Cups is also about missing someone. It means missing someone a lot. And they're missing you so much. You're their better half, is what I'm hearing. You are their other half. You're not only their better half, you are their other half. It's like, it's yin and yang. And they know in life, you're the only person who would truly have their back, who truly loves them unconditionally. You're the only person they want to build a home with. You're the only person they want to build a life with. You're the only person who's ever stood by them, believed in them, and loved them. And it took this situation, unfortunately, for them to understand that. And I'm not saying, accept them back or anything. I'm just saying this is what they want to say to you. Now, because you also have the 6 of Cups, which is Sun and Scorpio, which is also reminiscing about someone from the past that you love, wanting to So it's like missing someone. It's knowing someone's your soulmate. Look how that's all lit up. You light them up inside like that. It's also knowing, someone's your soulmate, someone you love unconditionally. It's missing them. It's wanting to be with somebody. Like, it's wanting to reconcile a relationship, which it sounds like this person kind of wants to do with you. They want to reconcile this relationship and see if they have an opportunity to do that with you when they talk to you. They want to reconcile with you. Because they're in the process right now. Well, with you, they want to tell you too, all they have for you is love. This is 10 of Cups. This is all the love you can possibly have for someone is what they have for you. And they treasure it. They're not hiding their emotions anymore. They're speaking freely from their heart when they're going to speak with you. And you can see the moon right here. And that's all that can represent intuition. We saw that they're listening to their intuition now with you. And the moon can also represent our emotion. So right here's the ocean waves. And so water can represent emotion and intuition. So they're now listening to what their heart says and how their heart speaks to them and how their intuition speaks to them in regards to you. And you're the only one who brings them total fulfillment and love and happiness. You're the one they want for their home. You're their total love. You are the love of their life, the love of a lifetime. But they feel like this small little person who only has this little thing to offer you. And what they have to offer you is their most genuine and sincere apology for the pain they've caused, and to explain to you what they've learned from this experience of the pain that they caused. They don't know the pain you felt, but they understand the lessons they've learned during this time. And that's what they want to explain to you. But it's a very heartfelt, genuine apology. And you'll be able to know and tell if it's heartfelt and genuine and sincere. And I feel I'm hearing 90% of you, it really is. I only give numbers and percentages when I'm actually hear it from my guides. I don't just say it just to say it for fun. What's really interesting, what came out is the Emperor. So the Emperor can mean marriage. It means standing in your power. It means leadership, business owner, knowing who you are. But he came out sideways. And that means this person is learning what their worth is. They're not fully in their Emperor power yet. This is Aries energy. But they're moved from the Hangman energy into, you don't want them upside down as Emperor. That means I don't want to be a husband. I want to be married. I want to be committed to anything. I want to be carefree, go do my own thing, leave me alone. They're moving into, I understand what I want. I'm starting to grow into the man you see me as. They're trying to become this person because they're learning those lessons and understanding them. And I still think that's why you're in no contact. Until they're a full Emperor, they're not going to reach out to you. They want to be the Emperor before they reach out to you. Because what's really interesting, the Emperor's like this, which is Aries energy, and it's facing the star. Their true north, their dream, their wish fulfillment, who they want. This is Aquarius, major arcana, the star. So it's also healing. So they're still healing whatever they think some of their wounds are, or they're still trying to forgive themselves for the pain they've caused you. Because the star is wish fulfillment, truth north, knowing someone's your home, your love, your manifestation coming true. But it's also a healing energy and a time for rest. So I feel like they're also healing themselves and forgiving themselves for what they've done to you and becoming stronger so they can become the full emperor to move toward you as the star. But it's interesting, it fell out just like this, facing the star. And the 10 of Cups is right underneath the star like that. It's exactly how they see you. You're their home. You're their love. You're their everything. That's what they want to tell you. I would say that's pretty nice energy. I like this person. I didn't really like the energy in a different pile. And again, look, 6 of Pentacles on the bottom. They want to have equal reciprocity, true balance, true harmony, true give and take in this connection with you, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna pause while I shuffle the cards, and then we'll look at timing for, we'll just look at, will they contact you? I guess, and then we'll look at guidance for you, and then that should be it, unless there's anything else that Spirit says we should look at. Yeah, see, their old self, their shadow self is dying. They're rising up to be the emperor now. Definitely. Okay, welcome back, pile number 2. So, let's see, will this person contact you? Will this person contact pile number 2, Spirit? Will this person contact pile number 2? Chariot. That's Cancer Major Arcana, and that's a definite yes. They are definitely going to contact you. So let's find out what the guidance and advice is for you that's in your highest good when they contact you. Spirit, what is the advice for pile number 2 when they contact them? What is the advice and the highest good for pile number 2? What is the advice and the highest good for pile number 2? Advice and the highest good for pile number 2. Advice and the highest good for pile number 2. Advice and the highest good for pile number 2. Advice and the highest good for pile number 2. Spirit, what's your advice and the highest good for number 2? What is the advice for pile number 2? What is your advice for pile number 2? Okay, well that helped a couple of cards just fall right out. Spirit, what is the advice for pile number 2? What is the advice for pile number 2? What is the advice for pile number 2? Spirit, what is the advice for pile number 2? Spirit, what is the advice for pile number 2? My goodness. These cards do not want to work today. There we go. I feel like you could be dealing with a Cancer. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. There we go. We'll see if any more come out. I feel like I need to finish the deck when I have it in my hand, just in case Spirit wants a few more. Could be dealing with an Aries or an Aquarius. But again, the zodiac signs are not as relevant. Okay, let's see how Spirit wants these laid out. Okay, so I have to hear what they're telling me. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I can just pick the cards up in any order, but it's easier if I can hear the message. So, the Death card, Scorpio Major Arcana. What I'm hearing, the guidance and advice being, and this is always what's in your highest good, your best interest. And take what resonates for you, and what doesn't, don't make it fit. But what I'm hearing is put to rest or put to death or let go of the stories or what you keep telling yourself from the past that was connected to this relationship that no longer serves you because it's just hurting you. You have to let it go because it's no longer, that relationship is dead and gone. The relationship is over. So there's no point in replaying out what could have been. If I had, or if he had, or if she had, or if this had happened instead, because it didn't. The relationship was already over. You already broke up. Somebody was already ghosted. Whatever happened, happened. The relationship's over with. So you just have to let it be. It really, the only way you can do that is energetically let it be free. Or, do a cord cutting kind of process, because the relationship really has the potential to be renewed and reconcile if that's what both of you want. And it seems like this person who hasn't been in contact with you wants to reconcile, and if you do too, you can, but you can't if you're living in the past. So you have to energetically let that all go. So you have to work on healing yourself. Because this person who's in no contact with you is shedding their old skin as the Knight of Wands. They're shedding their old skin and raising their vibration and healing the wounds they have to heal to become a better version of themselves. And they're facing their fears. They're acknowledging what their fears are, what they learned, what they did wrong in that relationship, and what they're sorry for, and what they don't want to make as a mistake going forward, so they can be healthy and be in a good place to love you the right way going forward. So this means going through a transformation. So does the Death card. Going through a transformation, shedding the skin, death of the old relationship, transformation. This also means wanting union and partnership with you. The guidance and advice is also, you need to go through the same process. If you're still reliving what this old relationship was and just hoping that they're going to contact you, you haven't healed yourself yet. So you have to go through the process of shedding your old skin and expectations of what this new potential relationship might be, and just work on that relationship really is over. Because if you guys reconcile, it's going to be a different relationship. It's not going to be the same one. This person's going to be in a new energy. So you want to make sure you also are working on raising your vibration and forgiving and letting go of what this relationship was. And only consider reconciling with this person if this is not a toxic, unhealthy relationship. This is an abusive person or a narcissistic person or someone who puts you down or physically harms you or makes you feel bad about yourself or takes all your money and leaves. Those are toxic, harmful, unhealthy relationships and nothing anybody should ever want to be a part of. And if you're uncertain, you can ask for help. You can Google it, and you can also seek therapists. You can seek counselors. You can seek shelter organizations. You can call social workers, but there's ways to find help. And women can be just as abusive as men. So don't think it just goes one way, because that is a total myth. And it's not healthy for either person to be abused by anyone in any manner. And I'm just being told to say that. And to pile two for some reason. So that's a message for some of you that's really important that you hear. But those of you who are in a healthy connection and want to reconcile, because this person wants to reconcile with you, you need to go through your own transformation, face your fears, and raise your vibration. Shed your old skin and be healthy enough to reconnect with this person when they're ready. Because otherwise, you won't be ready for this union with them. They won't recognize you. You'll be completely incompatible. They'll be way up here vibrationally, and you'll be so low that I can't even put my hand on the camera to see it. And you won't be a match anymore. They'll have to find someone else. It's like the Seven of Wands, right? Which kind of looks like the Chariot, but it's the Sphinx who can't move anywhere because you never raised your vibration. You just stayed in the same place waiting for them. So instead, it's that internal external battle. You both are fighting, wishing, and now you're fighting internally, wishing and trying to catch up with them vibrationally, but it's too late because you didn't do the work when you could have. So you just need to put to bed what that old relationship was and work on yourself now and heal yourself so you're vibrationally high and healthy and in a good place for when this person's approaches you and is ready for relationship, because they're definitely coming in your direction and they definitely want to reconcile and they want a loving, healthy, healing relationship with you. You'll just be stuck and you can't move in their direction. You can't move in any direction. You'll just be stagnant if you don't work on yourself, because I feel like that's part of the problem. You've been too focused on, am I ever going to hear from them? Or are they ever going to call me? I miss them. These were the good times we had. I feel like that's the problem. You're stuck in that energy rather than how can I let go of what was and become just a better version of me without them, because no one needs anyone to be great and to heal and to be loved. And you need to love yourself first and foremost and let go of who this person was. The moment you let go of them energetically and just love yourself is the moment that person comes in. Until then, they're not going to come in because you haven't raised your vibration high enough. You're still too stuck on the old them, and you haven't learned just to love yourself because you're watching this video of when are they going to contact me? And you need to be able to let go of all that to realize you're worthy of anything without anybody. Pile number 2. And for some reason, that message is important for some of you. And that's why I'm saying it. I didn't say it in any of the other piles, but technically that's true for all of us. Because this person's going to come in like the King of Pentacles. And he's going to be cradling that apology to you and everything he has to offer. And this is, and I'm saying he because it says king on the card, but it doesn't matter if it's male or female. It's all the love, the moon, all the emotion they have for you. It's all their feelings, their apologies, the lessons that they've learned, everything they want to give you in life and in love. Everything is what they're going to be cradling when they come toward you. That's what they're going to do. They're going to, I'm hearing, lay it all out on the table. This is what I want now. I do want to be married at some point. I do want children. I want to have animals. I want to travel. I want to, have this kind of job or whatever it is. Or I never want to be married, but I want to be in a committed relationship, and I want to have a baby with you, and I want us to be able to travel to your mother's house every other Saturday night for dinner like you always wanted. That kind of thing. They're going to lay out whatever they want, whatever this person's looking for in a long-term relationship that they view as happiness to them. So you also have to know exactly what you want to see, are you in alignment with them? Because you might not be anymore. And if you're not, that's okay. Because then this isn't the person for you, someone else is. But both of you have to, this person's going to lay it all out, and you both have to be able to process, is that exactly what I want? No, it's not. Or yeah, that is. Or can we negotiate on this factor here? Yeah, we can. This will work. No, we don't have to have 3 kids. We'll be happy with 2, that kind of thing. So you have to know exactly what you want when this person shows up, because they're going to lay it all out for you. So you have to know what you want and what you don't want, so you can have that honest conversation with them. Because if you don't know, how can you even have a conversation with them? You're just going to agree with them, and then you'll wake up one day going, I don't want any of this. This isn't even my dream. All I wanted to do was live in the countryside and raise baby goats. And you're living in some huge city in a high rise with 2 kids, and you travel internationally, and that's all, you hate it. So, you have to know what you want. That's why your guidance is get in touch with yourself, understand you, let go of the old relationship. It doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't matter. And this person showed up again with the 10 of Cups. They're going to give you all the love they possibly can for the rest of your life in this world, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing they want to shower you in love, and they will always speak to you in love from the heart, because they truly love you unconditionally, and they will always love you. You will always be the love of their life. And it's okay if in the end, if you two are not the right match, you will still always be the love of their life. And you still both can find other loves. We are allowed to love more than one person in our lifetime. It is okay. It's more important you end up with the right person who wants the same things you do in life than anything. I feel for the majority of you, though, this probably really is your soulmate who does want to reconcile with you. And I don't usually think that on the no contact ones. But, I mean, the cards just keep showing it. And then they're going to show up with the 6 of Wands, which is victory. It's usually depicted as a person riding on a horse with the flowers over the head. I want to see who rules the 6 of Wands. I know it's Leo energy, but it's Leo and something else. And I feel like it's important for some reason. It's Jupiter in Leo. Yep. Luck, abundance. Luck, abundance, expansion, success. it's also, I think, self-confidence and recognition outside of just victory. So you two will recognize each other for the successes you both have in life. You'll be successful together in your relationship. You'll be lucky in love. You'll be abundant in finances, whatever abundance means to you. Leo rules the heart. You'll be victorious in love because you have the 10 of Cups. You both speak from the heart to each other. And this is only if you work on your own energy of letting go of the past relationship and work on moving forward. Because you're then going to call them in energetically when you actually let go of them. So you'll have unconditional love for each other. Always. You'll be really successful together. You'll recognize each other for both who each other are. And you'll have so much joy and abundance and love. And you'll always speak from the heart. And you'll always be victorious in whatever you two set out to do together. That's your guidance. So your guidance is, you get that if you're willing to put the past in the past and stop rehashing what this old relationship once was, because this relationship doesn't exist anymore. It's already over. And you're willing to go through your own transformation, because if you go through your own transformation, you shed your old skin and you're in a new vibration. If you face your fears, and you too then are ready for union. If you don't, then you just remain stagnant over here as the Sphinx, and you don't go anywhere when they show up. So that's really your guidance and advice for your highest good. And if you don't really want to move forward with a person, well, one, I don't know why you're watching this video. And two, that's okay. Then don't go through this process. But it's a good healing process to just move on from the relationship, to understand just to put it behind you, raise your vibration, and then go find a good energy for you anyway. But for whatever reason, you haven't moved on from this relationship. So the only way to move on from it is to recognize it's in the past. You have to let it go. No matter what happened, it's over. And if you reconcile, it's still going to be a different type of relationship. It doesn't matter. And you can't bring in the old energy from the previous relationship you once had together into this new relationship you will be creating with them. Because it's going to harm the new relationship you're trying to build. That's going to be filled with a lot of love and a lot of happiness and a lot of joy and a lot of fulfillment. Because you'll be bringing in a lot of negative energy. And you only want to bring in that high vibrational love. So your guidance is saying you've really got to clear out this negative energy from the relationship that doesn't even exist anymore. It's not in this reality anymore. We're only in the present. That's the only time that exists is right now. So you need to heal that so you can live in the now. So when the now shows up with the relationship, you're ready for it. Otherwise, you won't be ready for it. And if you're ready for it, then you have this other beautiful outcome for this relationship. That's what Spirit's trying to communicate. I hope I'm articulating it well, because sometimes it's hard with time and processing things and information, but the only time that exists is now. So if you're living in the past, it doesn't make any sense because the past isn't now. And they're giving you a glimpse of what can be if you heal now. If that helps, pile number 2. I hope I'm not confusing you. But it looks like you really do have a beautiful connection with this person who's not contacting you right now. Because I think they're really working on healing right now. So that way they can come in very healthy and strong for you. And they're going to explain everything to you and why things happen the way they did. And then it's your choice. We have free will. If it's something that is forgivable or not forgivable for you, that's your choice. So I hope that's helpful. If a different video resonated with you, feel free to watch one of those instead if this one did not, or if you were just also drawn intuitively to videos 1 or 3, watch that as well. It might have messages for you as much related to this person too. No pun intended. Pile number 2. And I have more pick a card videos coming soon. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for buying me a coffee. I am so grateful for all that you do for me. And thank you to all of you who book private readings with me via email. As you know, I don't have set prices. You pay what you can afford because we all have different budgets, and I want everybody to be able to get a private reading if they want one, because I think that's what's fair and equitable. So I don't want to have to charge people. I want them to pay what they can afford. That's what matters to me. And I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. How are you? So you picked this pile either because number 3 spoke to you, the Baroque Tarot deck spoke to you, or my clear quartz crystal spoke to you. Either way, you listened to your intuition, and this is why you are watching pile number 3. So the first question we are going to look at is, how does your ex, so this is for exes, for no contact, or people who've been ghosted. So this can be serious long-term relationships, or people who've dated for a little while and then you were ghosted. Either way, that's what it's intended for. So what we're looking at is, why did your ex, or how does your ex, feel now that you are no longer speaking? That's going to be the first thing we're going to look at. Is, how does your ex feel that you are no longer speaking? How does your ex feel for pile number 3 now that you are no longer speaking? Spirit, how does the ex feel now that pile number 3 is no longer speaking with them? How does their ex feel now that they're no longer speaking to pile number 3? How do pile number 3, the ex feel now that they're no longer speaking to pile number 3? Okay, I have Judgment out on the 7 of Wands. Judgment is Scorpio energy. How does your ex feel now that you are no longer speaking? How does your ex feel now that you're no longer speaking? How does your ex feel now that you're no longer speaking? How does your ex feel now that you're no longer speaking? Okay. Page of Wands and the 4 of Wands. And we will look at what do they want to say to you now? What does your ex want to say to you now, pile number 3? What does your ex want to say to you now? What does your ex want to say to you now? What does your ex want to say to you now? What does your ex want to say to you now? What does your ex want to say to you now? Pile number 3. What does your ex want to say to you now? Pile number 3. What does your ex want to say to you now? Pile number 3. What does your ex want to say to you now? Pile number 3. What does your ex want to say to you now? Pile number 3. X want to say to you now? Wow, okay. We have our cards. So let's take a look. We have what do they feel and what do they have to say? They got a lot to say. Okay, so how do they feel now that you're no longer speaking? So we have the Judgment card, which is Scorpio energy, and I'm getting that they were feeling really judged. So they had to make a judgment call. Yeah, they were feeling really judged. And now that they're not speaking to you, they feel renewed and invigorated. Like a major shift, a major transformation has happened. Like they feel good about themselves. They feel good in their energy. They feel good about who they are, where they are, the decisions they've made. They had to do what they had to do is what I'm hearing. I have no idea what that means, and I don't know how things ended or what they did. But the judgment is like life-altering events, and when you go through it, it's brutal. It is, you never come out the same again when you have the Judgment card. It is literally Scorpio, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It is a major, major life transformation. And I feel like that's exactly what they went through, like a major life transformation. And that's what they made. They said they feel like, now that they're not talking to you, it was like a good judgment call on their behalf. And they've changed. They were tired of this, like, feuding. It felt like there was like a lot of bickering going on, pile number 3. And they just didn't want to take it anymore. Because the Seven of Wands is here. And they're giving me a lot of this, like, back and forth kind of bickering kind of energy between the two of you. And they said it's just so quiet and peaceful now. So they feel like they finally can hear themselves think. And they know what they want. They know what they want in the future. They know what they want for themselves. They know what they want for their career. They know what they want in life. They know what they want in terms of a relationship. They know where they're heading. So, I mean, I don't know. This is going to resonate probably for some of you. I don't know if it's going to resonate for all of you. Pile number 3, maybe it will. But they feel like they're ready to get back out there, is what I'm hearing. Because they're in this, they feel like the Page of Wands, like, I'm ready to get back out there and see what the world has to offer. I'm hearing date again. And it doesn't mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at how they feel or what they want to say to you. This is just how they feel right now with not talking to you. And I don't know how long you haven't been talking. I don't know if it's been 2 months or 2 years. But they want to get out there and date and flirt and have fun. They're in a whole new energy from this Judgment card. They're in a completely different energy. They're in a very serene energy, a very calm energy. They don't ever want to be with anybody who is like nitpicky, bickering. They don't want to fight with people. They just want to be able to flirt and laugh and have a good time. They're all about harmony and balance and peace and serenity, beauty in nature, enjoy the animals, enjoy the beach and the water, enjoy the swimming pool, enjoy the world around us. It's very, oh, wow, we went on a hike and we stumbled upon these amazing hot springs. Let's enjoy them. Look at the beautiful fog coming in. It's very live in the moment, enjoy what we have kind of energy. Very transformative. They went through something really major. I don't know if they had like almost a near-death experience or they took some ayahuasca and had a really unique spiritual experience. If some of them had like Kundalini awakenings, if some of them are shamans now, if some of them have true spiritual gifts and abilities that really can see, or some of them are mediums and can really see in other realms, and have finally woken up to their gifts, but they are in a whole new energy, and they don't want anybody who can kind of like disturb energy and flow. And or I don't know if this person is just really high and I'm picking up on that. And I'm being really serious, pile number 2. I'm not trying to be funny. Because their energy is completely different than the other 2 piles. So if this is not resonating, I recommend checking out one of the other 2 piles. Because I just feel like they either had one of those major awakenings or this person's really high. I feel like for some of you, I feel like I'm picking up on 2 different energies. Like some of you, the person could have gone down the dark path and actually started dabbling or gotten worse maybe with using drugs than they used to. And others of you, I think, maybe went through a major spiritual awakening. So I feel like I'm like dabbling into 2 different energies here. Because it depends like what card I'm focused on, how I feel. It's like I feel really high on one of them, but some of the others I don't feel that way. So it's like I think there's 2 different energies that are here. Or they're really sick and on a lot of medication. Like cold medication, you know what I mean? And it makes your head like weird. But somebody's on something that makes them feel funny. And then the other person's gone through some kind of major transformation. But I do get the sense that they want to be out there dating and they don't want to be fighting. They're tired of bickering. And since they haven't been speaking to you, how they really feel now is they want something that's really stable and secure in a relationship, because you have the Four of Wands here. And that's what they want. That's why they want to start dating again. They know what they want now in a relationship. They know that's Venus and Aries. So they know that can be love, that Venus can represent what they want in terms of love, in terms of relationships, and also love in terms of the home. So they know what they want in terms of stability of the home, in terms of security, in terms of a relationship, in terms of marriage. They know what kind of stability they want and what they're looking for and what they do not want. And I'm saying it that way because that's how I'm hearing it. It's very clear what this person does not want in a relationship. Because in the back of the card, I'm seeing like almost like the Two of Wands, where that's Mars and Aries, and that's kind of where you have to make a decision of which direction or which path you're going to take. And that's why I keep hearing, I do not want in a relationship. So it's like, okay, I know which path they're not going down. Even though it's actually two people like holding up flowers. Like, yay, we just got married. This person is very clear on what they do not want in a relationship and what they definitely want. So this person is looking for something really serious. That's why they want to be back out there. The next question was, what do they want to say to you now? Both of your energies are mixed down here. I feel like a lot of you were in a long-term relationship, and there was some kind of catalyst that blew it up. I don't know what it was, but their intuition is telling them, careful. So your intuition is your feelings, your emotions, obviously intuitive, but it's also emotions and how you can feel. And look at all that blue. That's emotion, intuitiveness, but it's also the throat chakra. And the throat chakra, it's telling me that they need to be careful with their words and what they say. The throat chakra is the element of sound, so they might like listening to music. But the key word for the throat chakra is I speak. So their throat chakra needs to be in alignment. So it's either, I feel like it's either, especially with the card next to it, there's a lot of blue in it also because it's right next to the Queen of Swords. And look how her hand is like up like that. Like, don't come too close. Like, she is like careful. She's got her finger pointed. Like, careful, very careful. So there's a lot of blue on that card too. So when your throat chakra is overactive, you talk too much. And when your throat chakra is underactive, you don't talk enough. When it's in perfect balance, you know when to be quiet and you know when to talk. And I feel like their intuition's telling them you need to be really careful with your words and what you say. Because I feel like they're the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. And this is you right here as the Fool. Because it's underneath the Page of Wands where they're like, hey, I want to date again. I want to get back out there. I want to start dating again. And I could see them considering, or even saying, hey, yeah, you want to go on a date and see how we do, or how we work? I could see that, or I could see maybe you even saying that if they said, hey, they were open to dating again, or they're looking to date again, or something like that. Like that kind of comment coming up in a conversation. And this is actually, I believe, water in Libra as the Queen of Swords. And she's ruthless. She just cuts right through you, right to the point, no emotion. Doesn't care about what you're thinking, feeling. Gonna tell you exactly what she thinks. And I'm saying she because she's on the card. The way her finger's pointing, and it's pointing, I feel like at you, right at the Fool. Like, why would that be a good idea? Why would we go down that path again? Why would you think we would even start this? Would be like, a one night stand, or you're not who I want to build a relationship with, or I just got through telling you this whole spiritual transformative experience I've gone through, and I just told you what I'm looking for, and you're not looking for half the same things I'm looking for. You haven't even changed. You're in the same place I left you in. I just feel like this person's gonna just lose it on you. They're not going to tell you how they feel from a loving, caring perspective. They're going to say it from a really cold, icy perspective. Or it could also be, I'm sorry about everything. I've been really sick with the flu. If you've been watching my channel, you'll notice I've been coughing through several of the videos, and I'm still getting over it. Or I'm also getting, you're the Queen of Swords, and they're the Fool, saying, hey, look, I want to get back out there. I want to start dating again. You want to go on a date? I don't know if I want anything serious or not, because they're keeping this from you. They haven't told you what they really want. That's just what we know in the tarot. Do you want to go on a date and you're kind of like, well, I don't know. I feel like some of you actually, I feel like a lot of you accept the date, and it puts you in a really bad place. Because they end up ghosting you again, and you become the Hermit in the Four of Swords. Because they're just looking, because the Hermit can represent short term, not long term, not off to seek a new adventure and love, a renewal, let's start again. It's, I'm just looking for something short term and fun, like a one night stand. Or, I just want to date somebody for 2 weeks, then move on to somebody else. I'm just looking for to have some fun. It's not looking for a serious commitment. So I see you kind of I see it also for some of you saying, wait a second, I don't want us just to go out one time and then, or I don't want us to start this up and then I get hurt all over again, and then being like, no, that's not what I want at all. I just told you, I'm in this place now where I'm open to wanting to date. You told me to contact you if that's where I was, and that's where I am. Did you want to go on a date? So you go out with them. And then they withdraw their energy as the Hermit. they ghost you again as the Hermit. And see all that blue? They shut down. They stop talking. They're off on a new adventure. And that's right underneath the Four of Wands. They're off looking for their real life partner. And it ends with the Four of Swords. Which is always resting in a church. And I still see blue here, like their throat's still closed. And I see all the gold, which makes me think of Leo and the sun. And the Strength card, and Leo rules the heart. Like the heart's closed off to you. So, yeah, that's really what I'm getting. Is they're going to communicate something like, hey, I've worked on myself. They're ignoring it's like your energy is intertwined here. You're almost ignoring your own intuition. See how your back is to your intuition? Sorry, it took me a little longer to get here for the majority of you. See how your back's to your intuition? It's like you're ignoring your intuition. You don't want to hear it because you really want this person and you still love them and you really want to go out with them and you're really excited they're here. And you're completely ignoring what your gut's telling you. Because it's going off. Like, I don't think I should. We'll have to see what the guidance is, but that's what it feels like. And they show up and they tell you, oh yeah, I went through this major transformation. You know, I made a bad judgment call, like ghosting you or blowing it up the way I did with how we broke up. You finding out I cheated, or, you know, I had to go to rehab because I was doing all those drugs, and, you know, I hated us fighting all the time the way we did. It's not what I meant, you know, but I've worked on myself and I'm in a new place. I'm in a better place now. And they are. They really are. They're just not with you. They're lying to you, is what it feels like and looks like. Because this is right underneath the Page of Wands, where they are definitely in the energy of, I'm looking for a hot date. I want to go out. I want to date. I want to play the field. I want to have some fun. I want to see what the world has to offer me and what I can learn. The world is my oyster. But they know what they're really looking for is a serious, stable, committed relationship that can lead to marriage or lead to buying a home or lead to living together, lead to a life partner. That's what they're really looking for. But this is like them giving you the apology in this Fool energy. And you in this Queen of Swords energy is ignoring your intuition and saying, I don't know. I don't know if I really buy this. That's why your hand's out like, don't step any closer there, sir. Speak your piece. What do you really intend? And they're like, I really intend to take you on a date. They're not quite lying. They're just not telling you the whole truth. They're withholding information, which technically, pile number 3, people would consider lying. So they don't tell you the whole truth of, well, technically I'm looking to date people and find the right person for me and the right match for me because I'm looking for a stable, serious, committed relationship because technically I want to get married or I want a serious, committed relationship or a life partner and somebody I can buy a home with and live with, and that's technically what I want. I just don't want it with you, Queen of Swords or pile number 3. I just want to go on a date with you and sleep with you again. I don't think they're going to tell you that. They're just saying, no, I just want to go on a date. You told me to call you when I wanted to go on a date again or when I was ready to date. So I feel like you go on a date with them or maybe 2 or 3, right? You go out a few times, but nothing that's serious. It's something very casual. You go out 1 to 3 times. And they're still seeing other people, you just don't know it. And then they turn right into Virgo, the Hermit, and disappear. And that blue chakra is dark blue. Like they have shut down communication again. They're off. And look, Virgo, the Hermit has his back to you now. He's walking away from you. He's off on his journey, going to find his soulmate. He's left you in the dust, pile number 3. That's what it feels like. And it's like, why haven't I found them? What am I doing wrong? So he's like, let me think about it. So he goes into the 4 of Swords zone. And in here, he's blocking your number, blocking you on social media, blocking you on WhatsApp, blocking you on Snapchat, blocking you on TikTok, blocking you every which way, because he's like, I cannot deal with that girl. Well, I'm saying that girl because it's the Queen of Swords. It's a woman crying in the church. It's almost like it's the Queen of Swords up here crying over this person. Because you realize this person's gone. Pile number 3, like they're gone. And you're brokenhearted again. That's what it feels like. I don't hold anything back because I just don't think that's fair or right. And I wouldn't want that for me if I was listening to a tarot reading. I just tell the cards the way they feel and are and what I hear and see and feel. But I don't know if this is the right one for you. There might be a better person out there for you. Because they're definitely, let's see what Spirit has to say if they're going to contact you again. Because I think they are. I think they're going to ask you out. Or they're going to contact you and just tell you that they're doing better and they've moved on. But they don't want a relationship with you, I don't feel. Okay, Spirit, are they going to contact pile number 3 again? That didn't quite flip. Are they going to contact pile number 3 again? Yes. 6 of Wands, victory. They're contacting you again. The majority, I'm hearing the majority of you. So let's see what your guidance is. And your guidance and advice I'm asking is, what's in your highest good? What does Spirit want for you that's in your highest good? What's in your highest good? What's in your highest good? What is in your highest good? What is in your highest good? What's guidance in your highest good? Okay. There's that 2 of Wands I was seeing earlier. Okay, so your guidance is pretty clear to me. It's the Knight of Pentacles, the Magician, the 9 of Pentacles, funny, when I lay the cards out, the Knight of Pentacles is going this way. He's going away from that other energy. And actually, if you are the Queen of Swords, he's going right towards you. There's something I had in here that I really liked about the Knight of Pentacles. So, the Knight of Pentacles is very hardworking, very determined knight. It's very slow moving energy because it's earth energy. So it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Some consider it fire in Taurus, but it's a slower moving energy because it's earth energy, right? So it's the slowest moving of all the energies. But they come with a pure good intention, and they're very responsible with their intentions that they come with. And they always come with an offer, a financial offer, a responsible offer, a pure offer, something genuine that they've thought about. They've really thought about it, and then they slowly move in your direction saying, I really think this person would want this because they've thought about what you are. But they take a long time. The Magician's got the pentacle right around his heart. So I'm seeing the two things that are standing out to me is the pentacle around his heart and the sword. So this person is coming to speak their truth with integrity, sincerity, honesty, and from the heart with the pentacle. So it's going to be a really honest, integrity, a person with high integrity that's very heartfelt when they speak. So you actually have somebody else coming in your direction. So the guidance and advice, now that I'm reading this, because here's the Nine of Pentacles, because the Magician is Mercury energy, which is travel and communication. You have somebody who's already energetically traveling in your direction. You just don't know it. And I believe this is, Venus and Virgo. So this is, the Nine of Pentacles is Venus and Virgo. And Venus rules, like partnerships and the home. Beauty, love, home, partnerships. Nine of Pentacles is a lot of financial stability. It's hard work is paid off. You've done a lot of hard work on yourself. And look at all that sun behind them. This is earth energy again. So I think what the advice is, and I'm going to look for the sun card because I feel like that's part of your advice. But I think what the advice is saying is, if you're willing to, pile number 3, if you're willing to let go of this energy and this person that you have no contact with, pile number 3, and continue to work on yourself, love yourself, do what's in your best interest, a different energy is moving in your direction. An energy that is trustworthy and honest and has integrity and love, and an energy that wants to show you love, and an energy that you've actually been manifesting and might not even have realized this is you've been manifesting. It might have been you thought you were manifesting this other person from your relationship back to you, but this is actually who you were manifesting. And they're gonna bring you a heartfelt, truthful offer, a genuine relationship that's going to grow over time into a beautiful partnership. It's a slow moving energy, so it's going to be one of those relationships that grows. Are you kidding me? It's even as I was talking, I was saying it. It's going to be one of those relationships that grows over time, and turns into one of those like beautiful partnerships where you really love each other, because you have Venus in there. But with the pentacle being over the heart and the sword, they're always going to wield the truth to you, but speak it in such a soft, loving manner that you will always be very honest. They're always going to speak from the heart with you, because the pentacle is over the magician's heart. You're going to have very heartfelt, honest communication with this person. And you're actually going to grow really old with this person. See how it's like an older person in the photo? This is the real energy moving towards you that you've manifested. And that's the guidance or advice in your highest good. If you want it, if you want to move away from this no contact person and are willing to move on from that. Because I was seeing the sun too in this one, the Nine of Pentacles, the Venus and Virgo. I'm seeing the sun. So I'm like, well, where's the sun card? Oh, it's with the Lovers. That's Gemini energy. And the sun card, and look, blue, your throat chakras are both going to be evenly balanced because the blues are even all the way around. The sun, which is ruled by the sun, so you both will have great open communication. This Leo energy, which also rules the heart. So you both are going to love each other so much. And the sun card's the happiest card in the deck. Like I said, I thought this was a really loving, heartfelt energy. And they're being divinely guided to you because an angel's over the Lovers. And the Seven of Pentacles, which means this is the seed you planted that the magician then took and grew into from your manifestation. And all this green is the heart chakra. So you've been manifesting this person for a long time. I think you thought it was this person that you're in no contact with, pile number 3, but it's actually a different energy because you're at a higher vibration. And you've actually been manifesting a new energy. And because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy, it takes a long time for them to show up. So you actually have so your guidance is, if you want it, you have actually real love showing up with the Lovers, the Sun card, and the Magician, with your manifestation right here. I want to see if we can get timing on when this new energy will show up for you. You're the only one I'm doing timing for. But I think you're the only one I've seen a new energy show up, pile number 3. But you definitely have new love coming right at you. Okay, Spirit. When will this new love show up? Whoa. For pile number 3. When will this new energy, this new love, this real soulmate show up for my sweet pile 3? When will this show up for pile number 3? When will this show up for pile number 3? Okay. Scorpio season. I'm also getting summer. When will new love show up for my sweet pile number 3? When's this new energy showing up for pile number 3? When is new love showing up for pile number 3? Is new love showing up for pile number 3? I'm getting like 2 different timings off one card. Maybe that's all I need. When is new love showing up for pile number 3? When is new love showing up for pile number 3? When is new love showing up for pile number 3? When is new love showing up for pile number 3? Oh, wow. Okay. No, we got the Sun card again. And then I got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this Scorpio card was giving me like different... It was giving me summer and it was giving me Scorpio season. Because I'm seeing so much summer in here. But the moment I saw this, I kept hearing Leo season, and Leo is July through August. Or part of July through part of August. And sunflowers bloom in June and July, I believe. Or they don't bloom in August. Because it's also when sunflowers are in season. What are sunflowers in season? Because they're really highlighting those sunflowers, actually. It's the sunflowers, when sunflowers are in bloom. It's not Leo season. When are sunflowers in bloom? July. So it's... Because that's what I was starting to get when I kept focusing back here, was like, I think it's July. It's Scorpio season in July, but I'm glad they gave me this. So it's actually July, because it's when the sunflowers are in bloom. It's definitely Scorpio season, but I also was getting summer. So we know that, so they can show up in July, they can show up in Scorpio season. So who cares if it's 6 months from now? If it's the right person for you, who you're could be with, you know. Feels like this is like your person who's actually showing up. And then we have the Ten of Swords. Ooh, this feels stormy and gray. This is February. Or February. February, July, Scorpio season. I hope that's helpful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you to all of those of you who've bought me coffees. I am so grateful for your support and love. Thank you for sharing. Thank you to all of you who've emailed me for private readings. As you know, I do not charge with set prices. I let you pay what you can afford. And everyone who's had private readings know my private readings are usually anywhere from an hour and a half to potentially 3 hours long. I actually did a 3-hour reading 2 nights ago. So yeah, and they're extremely accurate, and I really love doing the private readings. But I don't have a set price because I want everybody to be able to have access to a private personal reading if they want one. So that's why I don't have a set price, because everyone should have a reading if they want a reading. You should be able to pay what you can afford. So thank you for buying me coffees, to all of you who do. And I'm going to be doing a lot more pick a card readings. If there's a specific pick a card reading you'd like, just leave a comment and let me know, and I will be happy to do it for you. If you don't want a comment, just email me privately and I will do that too for you. I'm here for all of you. It's not for me, it's for you. So I wish you a beautiful evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.